Pretty much retirement, the way I look at it, is not to work less or less activity. It's not work because it's not something that you need. Work is doing activities, sweat of your brow, to get compensated for it because you need them, that finance support. Retirement, you can work, you can do, especially now with the way this world has become more digitalized, you do gig work. You can ride around in your car in air conditioning, pick up food, deliver it to somebody's house, push a few buttons, get back in your car, go to the next one, pick it up, and just enjoy listening to radio or ride around with your significant other. Enjoy the day. Stop anytime you want. Take a lunch. If you go to a restaurant and you say, man, that looks pretty good, we'll go make that delivery and turn it off and go back to that restaurant, and you and your significant other sit there and have a nice lunch or dinner, depends on what time it is. You got to stay motivated. You got to stay moving. Like I said, you let a car sit over years, it's going to stop moving. It's going to have to be some repairs done. The human body is the same way. You let it sit, it's going to need some repairs. A little TLC. The body needs TLC regardless, but not as much as it would be if you just let it sitting around watching TV, not getting up until 10, 11 o'clock, eating junk food, gaining weight. Shoot, after I retired, I was climbing 200-foot cell towers, man. That was something that I didn't think I was able to do. I thought I was not in the physical shape at the age that I was. I got up there and I was not tired. I was not legs burning, heavy breathing, none of that. It was to the point I didn't want to come down because the scenery itself was just, it's just, there's no words for it. You don't work or do physical activity that gives you a financial income because you need it. You do it because it's fun. It keeps you active. That's the difference between being retired or not being retired. You may be doing, what some people call work, but since you're retired, if you don't need it, you're just doing it to stay active. It's not work. You can come and go as you please. You want to go out of town, fill up your gas tank and drive. Put on the GPS and go. Retirement is not to do, as I said, some people call work. Do less work or less activities. It's all about having more control of your life every day instead of walking the line of somebody else's requirements for you to do with the job that you have. A lot of people say you don't need to retire until you're 65, 70, 71 or whatever. Nope. That's not for everybody. most people do that. It's pretty much they're in that system, the norm. Go to elementary, go to middle school, go to high school, go to college, get a degree, go get a job, move up on a corporate ladder, work until you're 60, 70, retire, live hopefully more than 10, 12 years after that to enjoy life with all the money that you made, pensions, 401, stuff like that. Pretty much all that stuff, you may not be able to enjoy it, and it just goes to your family after you no longer here. I'd rather have, I didn't have to settle this way, but I would rather have less money to spend and retire early. I'm just one of the blessed ones that I put things in place that I didn't have to worry about. Less financial if I retired early. I didn't rely on the government or the 401s or stuff like that. I have other investments that set me for early retirement. I just didn't go out there and party on the weekends with my buddies and stuff like that. I pretty much was 16, 20 hours a day, 6 days a week working. And just let it sit there and collect and invest a little bit. When Bitcoin came along, I invested in it, cashed out on it. Things I saw that I could get into and make a good return on investment in 10, 15 years. I'm glad I did. As I walk the last quarter mile of this path here, get back to the parking lot, just a few last little words. If you're young enough, try to do all you can to be able to retire early. It's a lot of work. You have to give up things, a lot of social things. But it's a real good feeling when you retire early and be able to get out there doing whatever you want to do, doing a coffee shop, sit there on your computer while you're watching cars go by early in the morning, some in a rush, almost getting in an accident because they're getting a little behind and making it on time at work to get that time clock. It's a great feeling knowing that you no longer have to punch that time clock. It's very rewarding. Not all people can do it. Not all people are in the right location in their life or the resources, which nowadays resources are even easier now. I've seen people do gig work full time and making more than they were at their 9-to-5 job. They have more control over their life. Now, of course, there's going to be people say, well, that's not stability. You don't know if a gig app is just going to close doors and just disappear, or somebody else is going to buy it out and change things and whatever. Well, that's the same thing as a brick and mortar business as well. You don't know if it's going to be here next year. So you can just take that thought and just throw it in the trash. That goes with anything. You don't know what the future holds of a business, gig app, or anything. All of them are the same. One is digitalized and one of them is the physical brick and mortar. You can't use that because it's not logic. It's not really reality. Any app can fold up and disappear. Any company can fold up and disappear at any moment. So if you're using that excuse to not do it, well, you're only hurting yourself. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.